Hello there. Welcome to Fridays at 5. We're back, better than ever. School has started, summer's over, and we're so excited to be back. We have a lot in store for you today. We're going to get started though as people join the room with a new game that made itself obvious to me in the past week. And so here's how, well, we're not going to tell you how the game goes. You have to figure out the rules. Okay, so it's going to start with, I know Jennifer knows the game.
And Dawn's joining. I think Dawn knows the game.
Dawn knows the game. Okay, it's a game that you can definitely figure out. And you have to think, the way I think, which you know how I think because you're here. So Dawn is joining the room. She plays. Hi, Dawn. She's my ringer. Dawn and Jennifer and Robin. So if Robin comes, she's a ringer. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start. It's going to be me, Jennifer, Dawn. We're going to play this game. And in the chat, you can start to see if you can figure out the rules. If it's basically a logic task for you, and we'll only do this for a few minutes, and then we'll come back to it at the end. Okay. I'd like to make now our timekeeper as well as participating, but now this is going to be the first 5 minutes of this session starting in just a moment. So at 5 minutes after the hour, please stop us. Okay, you can hold up, a stop sign or a color vowel olive sock or whatever you want. 5 minutes. Okay, and then we'll move into our content and then we'll come back to our game, see what else we need to do with it. And then you're going to get to name the game because we need a name for it. Okay. Jennifer, my word is fabulous.
Fabulous. Phonetic.
Dawn.
Leopard.
Sorry.
Hi, Rod. Okay, here we go. So leopard was your word, Dawn? Okay.
What was it?
Leopard.
Leopard. Okay.
Helicopter.
Hotel.
Dawn.
Houseboat.
Chowder.
Sound.
Socrates.
Ooh, are we allowed to do first names? Okay.
Any word. A word is a word.
Okay.
Silly is my word.
Silly.
Folks, we're playing a game. You need to figure out what the rule or how the game works. And you can write it.
Ridiculous.
Philistine.
Robin.
Neat.
No.
Nepotism.
Who's next?
It's my turn.
It's it.
Nepotism. Friendly.
Dawn.
French fries.
Robin.
Bread.
Energetic.
Egg.
Stop for a second. Any guesses? You want to know if you're warm or, any guesses?
Same color vowel sound on the stress.
Okay. One of the rules or one of the ways it works is you can say a word that has the same color vowel as the previous word. That's one of the parameters. There's one more though. Let's continue.
The last one was green.
No, the last one was egg.
Egg, and I'm going to say green.
Why? I can't do green.
I can't do green?
No.
Oh, I got the rule wrong.
Egg.
Friendship.
Friendship. Okay, Dawn, I'm next. Phone.
Ooh.
Fellow. Did I get it right this time?
You did.
Fellow? Okay.
Raise your hand if anybody feels like they can play, if you know the rule. Liz, do you know? Most recent word was?
What was the most recent word?
Fellow.
Fellow? Flip.
Mm.
Can I do that? No,
Is it my turn?
Yes. Yes.
I can. Okay.
Your turn,
Uh,
Jennifer.
um,
As Jennifer's thinking, everyone, we're playing a new word game and you're figuring out the rules of the game as we go. We know
Oh,
that
no.
one parameter of the game is you can say a word with the same color vowel as the previous word or a word with
Mm. And I had a
what was
hypothesis
your
that didn't
word,
work.
Liz?
Flip.
Flip? Was it flip?
It was
Yeah.
flip? Okay. Twig.
telephone.
Mm.
Now,
Now has an idea.
And so and so so including the same color bar as this previous word, or including the same letter as the first of the letter.
Close.
So close.
you're close.
It might not be the same letter, but it has to be the same sound.
Sound,
Ah.
No?
Same initial sound.
initial sound. Okay.
So
I was going
if you
final
want to,
sound, and that was wrong.
so go ahead and just take a list. We're going to do just maybe 30 more seconds of the game and the order, listen carefully. Jennifer, Robin, Liz, Dawn, now. Robin, Liz, Dawn, now.
Okay,
Everyone take a list and see if we're following those two parameters
see if I get it right this time.
and no repeated words. Okay, Jennifer?
Schedule.
Silly.
Liz.
Igloo.
Mm.
Dawn,
Fish.
now. I'm gonna go. Dawn,
Finish.
Doug. Oh yeah, fish was the word. Now, what's your word?
Finish.
Finish. Doug,
Mm.
Muted.
he's not
You're
raising his hand, he
muted.
has his hand floating. And so my final word is phenomenal.
Ooh,
Now
nice.
5.
No, it's
Nice.
not
Are we
5.
done? Okay.
That was the first 5 minutes. Welcome everybody to Fridays at 5. I'm Karen Taylor of the Color Vowel Chart. We've just finished playing a brand new game that I don't think exists out there. I'm going to let it just sit like that for a moment because we have lots on the agenda today, but we'll come back to the game at the end of today's session. We run for an hour, so we'll finish at the top of the hour. Now is our volunteer timekeeper today, and I just ask that you give us a heads up when it's about 10 minutes before the end of the hour. Okay, welcome now. We get together, we used to get together every Friday, and this year we're going to take it to twice a month, just so that we can use those other Fridays, all of us, to do what we should do, which is strengthen our social muscles and get out there and, you know, do Friday the way Friday should be done socially. If that means turning to your family in your house or what have you, but we will be running Fridays at 5 on 2nd and 4th Fridays. There's no alliteration there. That's in contrast to the beautiful alliteration of 1st and 3rd Thursdays, which is the evening when we play or get together for Pure English Practice. If you've been to Pure English Practice, you know that's when we do English in its spoken form. We practice pronunciation in real time. That is open to the world. It is free and it's for teachers and learners. But Fridays and 5 are for teachers. We have teachers from all over. Use the chat and let's find out where everybody is from. We have lots of new names and faces in the room. We'd like to know where everyone is calling in from. But we have a pretty broad net and we reach English as a foreign language teachers in other countries, English as a second language teachers in all kinds of countries, as well as learners and teachers who identify as learners as well. Okay. So we're thrilled to be here around the Color Vowel approach. Our company is a teacher-built company, and you know I have to keep working on the story because it keeps evolving. But it all started with 20 years ago, now 21 years ago, actually almost 22. I guess I have to keep adding numbers to that. But as you know, as an English teacher, The color vowel chart came to me as a way to solve a problem in my classroom. It has evolved into a method with a visual tool at its center, with a brain-based, kinesthetic, visual, and musical set of strategies that we use to teach English as a second language. Around that, we've developed into a training company with this method in mind, and many of you have started your journey in color vowel training. We provide a number of levels of training and certification, and we now have, and this may be new to some, even to some of our most familiar teachers, we now have schools that are accredited color vowel schools and teachers who are licensed to spread the word in all kinds of new and exciting ways, and that's including, YouTube and lots of other places. So there's so much evolving so quickly. Along with that, we've got our app, Blue Canoe, that I've recently become the captain of. So I have my own boat, and I'm the captain of the boat. And that's to say that I've recently become the CEO of Blue Canoe. So
Wow.
we have two companies under one big umbrella. We have the method, we have the practice app, all put together, and we're doing all kinds of exciting new things.
What
I
color
see-
is your boat?
Any guesses? Well, it's a rose boat and a blue canoe. And, it all depends on what you feel like getting into. So many great places here. I see New Jersey, Brazil, Arizona, and Bolivia, just a couple. So I'm going to turn things over. Jennifer has been getting ready for you. And we know that a lot of you have questions about the year ahead. So Jennifer has been putting together a phenomenal calendar of events and a calendar that you can navigate, that you can use in new ways. So I'm going to turn that over to Jennifer. Meanwhile, if you have a burning question that you brought to the room, even if you feel that it's not something relevant to this particular topic of events, go ahead and private message me or stick it in the chat. And we're happy to at least know that it's there and hopefully get to it during this session today. Okay. Hi, Jennifer.
So hi, thanks, Karen. So welcome everybody. I'm going to show you our new interactive online calendar. Last year we were maintaining a Google Doc and it got kind of crazy. And we wanted a way to make finding out about our events and our classes a little bit easier. And so we found this tool and I really love it because we can update it in real time, and it's also has lots of features to make finding the class that you're looking for easy. So I just want to give you a brief tour of this new tool that we have, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And I invite you, as I go through that, if you can, go ahead and reduce the Zoom window a little and open up your browser window and go to, and it doesn't matter, you can do this in Google, in Chrome, in Safari, Mozilla. I don't know anything about any others, sorry. And go to our website and go to the training page. I think Karen's going to put the link in the chat for those of you who don't have that already bookmarked, which you should. But anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to share a brief little presentation that I put together on this. So hopefully you all can see that.
Video.
Pardon?
I think that was just one of our guests. He
Okay.
got his volume.
Okay. So here we go. So there are currently we've got two calendars. I just decided to go ahead and start a whole new one for 2022. And the buttons at the top of our training calendar, our training page, have those little buttons there that you can click on. So if you're there, you can go ahead and go ahead and practice pushing those buttons. Each calendar is organized and color coded by the event type and the training level. And so you can see those different categories on the left-hand side of the screen. Those are actually buttons, and I want to warn you, if you push on one of those buttons, you're actually deselecting it, and those events in that category will disappear. So make sure that you're not deselecting things. But everything that on our calendar is organized there, and it's color coded, so you can see. So anything that's purple is level 2, and level 3 is green, and level 1 is going to be blue. You have a lot of different ways that you can view this calendar. On the left-hand side, you have the Today button, which will take you today, and then you can just use the left and right arrows to scroll back and forth through the whatever view you have selected. So if you're in the monthly view, the right and left arrows will take you back and forward 1 month. If you're in the week view, it'll take you forward and back 1 week. So all those choices are right there. You can see it as a list. And when you're in the list view, make sure that you pick the time period that you want to look at. And then we have a filter feature, which will let you search. And you can use the keyword to put in a specific, if you're looking for a specific event or a specific class. So if you're looking for basics, you could just type the word basics there. Or you can select which one of these categories you want. And there's a little drop-down menu right here where it says by sub-calendar. So if you just want to see all the level 2 core classes, you can click that and then use your view over here to change. So if you want to see everything in the year, that's how you would do that. Okay. And so we have a little scavenger hunt for you. So we're going to put you into a breakout groups. And if one person in each group could share their screen, we're hoping that that's going to work. And we would like you to work together to find the following information. Now, I'm not sure if Karen's version of Zoom is going to let us share this screen with you, but if I would recommend actually that you guys just kind of jot down these questions. These are the things that you need to use the calendar to find out.
Hey, Jennifer,
here.
why don't you just copy paste that text if you can into the chat?
You can
I can
also
do
snip
that.
it.
Oh,
I
we
can
can
do
that's
that.
right. We can take a picture of it. Ha.
Haha.
Participants can snip.
Karen, you're going to do that?
Yeah, I've done it.
Okay.
Maybe.
So basically, find out when the next version of, or the next group of Rhythm and Chants is. And then how about next year? When's the first Rhythm and Chants class in 2022? What's the date and time of the next free info webinar? In 2022, what are 3 community events other than Fridays at 5 and free webinars? What are 3 community events? Which level 2 elective is currently scheduled to run only 1 time in 2022? Currently, this could change. And get some feedback from you guys if that's one you'd like to see twice. And can anybody register for anything in 2022 yet? And I'll let you sort of discover that. Okay. Does everybody know what they need to look?
You're muted, Jennifer. Sorry.
I don't know how that happened.
I did that by accident.
Oh, okay. I'm going to stop sharing. And Karen, do you want to put them into breakout groups or shall I?
Sure, I can do
Okay.
that. Yeah, any questions before we start?
I think I need more in the chat. I need the other questions in the chat because I didn't take a picture of
Yeah,
the,
Jennifer, I wasn't able to load the picture, so if you could
Oh,
do
okay,
that,
I can get
yeah,
those. Just give me 1 second.
Thank you.
and this chat doesn't go to the breakout room. So copy this chat, and then when you get to the breakout room, put it in that chat.
That's right.
If everybody has the new Zoom update, it does, you can share to breakout rooms now.
Oh, cool.
You could share it as a
every-
message to all the groups too, I suppose, right?
Oh,
There's
you could
that
do that.
anyway. So everyone who's new, by the way, I want to welcome. We have so many great new faces and names in the room. Know that what we do at Color Vowel isn't just phenomenal language teaching. We also do teacher tech training, and we fold that on ourselves in the real moment. So we're doing it right now. That's why we gave you the link to poke around. We're always just little by little building layers of comfort with the technology that's always coming at us. So with Zoom, I want to thank Liz. You know, Liz is, I would think I can call you our Zoom maven.
Yes.
And Liz every once in a while runs a Zoom test kitchen that has
Sandbox. I don't know what you
been wonderful for people. And we hope to get Liz back to do a session on the latest Zoom ins and outs. Yeah, that'd be really cool to do. So let's go ahead and we have our questions now. Just in case, everybody, go ahead and copy and paste the questions from the chat that Jennifer has just posted. Just copy them, and that way you can paste them into your own chat if your version of Zoom doesn't support seeing the chat that is here now. There. Creating breakout rooms now. Just a few minutes to explore those questions using the link to the calendar, which we can post one more time, by the way, to you as well. Okay. If no other questions or comments, we'll go ahead and create maybe 4 breakout rooms. Okay. And we'll be in and out. It'll be just a couple minutes, and then we'll come back together with any questions or comments. This is a free tool, by the way, isn't it, Jennifer? Yeah. So if, you never know what else you're doing that you might want such a tool. Here we go.
You're muted.
Off you go. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, by the way. And I did that thing. I kept just you and me in the room, and we need to keep a whole group here so that we can do that together. Shall I go ahead and bring back?
No, that's okay. No, we'll let them do.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pause recording.
I can do it, Karen.
Okay, so we're back in
the
the
other-
room. We've just heard about some disparate experiences. So in true style, real time, we're going to explore this together. Thanks to Jennifer. Here we go.
Okay, so the first one you had to find rhythm and chants. So first I'm going to go to the 2021 calendar. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here to keyword, and I'm just going to write chants.
Keyword, but you can't.
Where's
if
the
you-
keyword? Oh,
If you use the magnifying glass, will that give you a different result? Over
that's
on-
what we use, the magnifying glass.
Oh,
at the top.
I've never used the magnifying glass. I've used the
I-
filter over here.
Okay,
I
I
advise
always
you
use
to
the
stay away.
filter.
The
I'm gonna
magnifying
change
glass
it.
is Bad news.
I'm going to change it to year view. And because for 2021, I only entered from August on. So, and I currently have it starting in September. But so anyway, I put the word chance in the filter. I made sure that I changed it to a year view so I could see everything that was coming up. And you can see there's 2 things, but they're different colors. So I don't know if you guys noticed that you can just hover over, an entry in the calendar, and it gives you a little profile. And so this is a level 2 coaching practicum. This pops up with the word chants because it mentions chants in the description. But if I go here, I can see, okay, this is the level 2 rhythm and chants course. If I want to know more, I can just click on it. and it opens up the entire event. And I can see that who the instructor is. I can see what the course dates are. So it doesn't matter which one of the weeks I click on, I'm going to get the same information. And so it's going to be on Saturdays. It runs from November 6th to December 4th. Any other additional date information is going to be on the next line. There will be a brief description. And then you can see here, there's if there is a link to register, it will be right here. So if I wanted to, which I don't want to right now, I could click here and it would take me to Eventbrite and I could just go ahead and register right then and there.
Okay, could I ask you to try and use the magnifying glass, because I found a course that began September 24th.
Okay, so my start date is, well, I'm in the 2021 calendar right now.
All right, well,
So-
we were asked to find the next one. So if I-
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and make my end date. I've never used this one. Can I just change it like that? There we go. Oh, no, I can't do that. I need to do February or December. Yes, December 2021. Okay.
Click on a date.
Oh, I got to click on a date. This is why I don't like this. Okay. All right. And my search is rhythm and chance. Now, did you both type it the same way?
Yep,
Did you use an ampersand?
I did.
I just
I
used
did.
put the word rhythm and I didn't come up with anything.
All right, so hit search there, the green search.
Well, I've already done my search. Here it is right here.
That's what I have too.
But hit the green search button just for laughs.
Yeah, I got this. I have still the same thing.
See, I found something on September 24th at 5 p.m.
Well, that's probably, you were probably in the 2022 calendar.
No, it was in 2021.
Weird. If you can find it again, Andy, send us post a little screen capture so we can
Okay.
see what it was.
Also, isn't there supposed to be one in September? But it's not showing there.
There's no rhythm
No.
and chance in September.
Oh.
I'm running yoga this month.
Oh, and well, our group found one in September, but
Yeah.
we must have been wrong.
Huh.
Oh, somebody in our group did.
Yeah, Andy did. He was just talking about it. He found it in September.
Well, now I'm curious. So chance.
See, it's not going to show anything in the wrong year. So
Well, why don't we go through the remaining answers and questions,
Yes.
since we can do real time, everybody on their own calendar. And by the way, rhythm and chance, if you've taken, I'm just gonna do a little, not a plug exactly, but I want you to know that if you've already taken any of the core classes, that they've evolved, and I'm really especially happy with where rhythm and chance has gone most recently. And so when it's offered again, I highly recommend it to everybody who's in the level 2 journey, and know that we now have a special audit rate on those registration pages. So for just something like $35, you can audit and have no homework and just come and enjoy the sessions or watch asynchronously. So we have that option too. What's our next question, Jennifer?
okay, so I just want to say, make sure if you come to a month and you don't see anything, just make sure there aren't any filters activated right there. So the second question was, what's the date and time of the next free info webinar?
Ooh,
Anybody?
September 22nd.
September 22nd, yes. How did you find it?
I already looked it up previously for my staff.
hi, Janet.
Anybody else?
That search bar, I like it. It works really well. I searched.
If you search for webinar in there, you just put it in the filter, it gets rid of everything else, and there you go, right there. There's the free webinar. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3, what are 3 community events in 2022? So I need to get out of the 2021 calendar go to 2022. And what are 3 community events? Well, one way to do it is to either do a list, which I kind of like the list because it just does everything. I'm going to change my date range to 1 year. And then I'm going to filter with my calendar community events. So it's only going to show me community events.
Yeah. That
Okay.
that was what Jody eventually explained to all of us in our group. I had not had any luck because I was searching for the word free, and what I got was the Thursday night practice, and I got the Fridays at 5 and the free webinars, but it didn't show the community events. The grammar stuff. So I made a mistake by not sorting by what the categories are there. I just looked for free, and that was wrong.
Right. So if you want to see community events, just pick that as your filter, and it'll filter out everything else. And so we can see that at the end of January, we're going to have a 1-day workshop called Grammaring the Color Vowel Way. So many people had asked about how they could incorporate color vowel into teaching grammar. And so instead of developing an entire course, we thought, well, we'll just do a workshop, see how it goes. And if there's enough interest, maybe later on we'll develop an entire 4-week course around it. Other things.
There's a wonderful adding the arts in language arts. So this is an arts integration workshop with everything from painting to music, poetry, and more, integrated into language teaching.
Again, if it's, if people come to it and they really enjoy it, we could develop it into a course. Of course, TESOL's in March. And we've got one more 1-day workshop, which will be in April. And Karen will be leading that one on repairing a conversation. I kind of like that. So if you wanted to learn more, what does that mean? You could just click on it and open it up. And then there's another conference that you might be interested in knowing about. Okay. Question number 4, which level 2 elective is currently scheduled to run only once in 2022? Again, if you wanted to just know when are all the level 2 classes going to be in 2022, again, I would just stay. Personally, I like the list view. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to change it to elective. So it will only, see, if you click on that, it gets rid of it. You got to click down here, elective workshops. Okay, so we've got integrations, colorful integrations, and then readers theater and sound awareness. And then what about consonants? Kind of overlaps a little bit. And then we got vocabulary. I think we already had vocabulary, right? Did we say that, or is that the first time? That's the first time. Colorful integration, so that's 2 times.
That's a really fun
literacy. Huh?
I said that's a really fun course. Shirley and I taught that over the summer. Wasn't that right, Shirley?
I think that there's another one of those coming up this fall, actually.
That's taking textbooks that you work with and figuring out, how does that intersect with teaching spoken English when you have a very written thing and combining it with a very spoken thing. We've got some neat strategies.
So I won't take up too much time. So if you scroll through them, you'll see how which ones are scheduled for all of next year. Did anybody figure out which one is only scheduled once?
Was it literacy? I didn't see it twice.
No, there's literacy in July and literacy in November.
You didn't get that far. Okay.
Did anybody find that?
I know what it is.
Right
Spelling?
now?
No, spelling happens
core.
cyclically. All the core workshops happen every 3 months, so you can just count on that. But it's
What about consonants?
consonants.
Consonant. So consonants is right now, we only have it scheduled once in April. So if you're really interested in that, make sure that you don't miss it. Or
Especially
if
all the
you-
coloring consonants that change the way vowels seem to us when they follow a certain, will follow a vowel. We'll get into coloring consonants and it's fun.
Okay, so I'm going to remove my filter. I'm going to change it back to month view. And my fifth question was, can I register for anything in 2022 yet?
Not yet.
We did not
We're
find
always, yeah, I'm always working on getting those registrations up, but it's September 10th. I'll probably get
Yeah.
January up pretty soon.
And so how would you know? The easy way is to just click on what you want. And again, down here, if there is no link yet, if it hasn't been opened up in Eventbrite yet, you'll see check back later for a link to register for this event. So if you don't see that link at the bottom, if you see this message, then it's just not open yet for registration. So you can come back later.
Okay, a couple
Okay.
good questions raised here. Irina asked, do we really need to switch to the 2022 calendar instead of using date boxes? Meaning, are these two links on the actual training page opening up different calendars or merely?
Yes, they are actually opening up two separate calendars. And the reason was that I was still learning how to use it, and I wanted to go ahead and get 2021 posted and up because it was getting pretty difficult to manage with the Google Doc. And so I just went ahead and put 2021 up, and I didn't want to mess anything up when I was creating 2022. So, and it was just, a few more months. So once we get to the new year, as we move forward, I will just put everything all together into one calendar as we move forward into 2023.
Great.
So somebody asked about time zones. If you look at the bottom right corner of the calendar, it has the time zone right there. So these are all Eastern time, but you can change it.
Yay.
So if you're Central, and it will automatically change it so that you can see them in your time zone.
Can I
That kind of
mention
blows-
something about that with the time zone change? I had a very unfortunate thing happen earlier this summer that had to do with a doctor's appointment that I had, but it was just going to be, via Zoom or whatever the platform was. Well, when I set up the appointment, I was here in Atlanta, but I was in Texas at the time when I had the appointment, and then I set up the one for like however many months later. Well, the several months passed, and then I ended up missing that appointment here this last month. And I was like, what the heck? I had it in there. It's because it was set up on Texas time, which is Central. And so you have to double check to make sure that, if you're making a change like that.
Are you talking about your own Google Calendar, Donna?
Yeah, with the Google Calendar. Yeah. But I mean, I didn't even realize that because it intuitively senses or knows when you were in a different time zone.
Right.
And if you set up an event in that other time zone, when you get back to your home time zone, it's going to be off an hour or however many time zones.
Well, that's Google for you.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with Google Calendar, which is nice. And I haven't really played with it since I'm on the East Coast, but I think it's going to remember so that if you select Central and then you go out, the next time you come in, if you're using the same browser, I think it's going to remember. So hopefully you can just set that, and then you're always going to be looking at what time these classes are in your own time zone. So if you can, if you all want to play with that a little bit, please let us know how that works for you. Another question?
Actually, I think one thing that's neat is when you click on a given event, you can share it to your calendar, and I can just test in real time. I set myself
Yes.
in a Pacific time zone, and Google knows. It's showing that it's in the Pacific, it did sync up correctly when I put it in my calendar, just
Okay.
FYI.
Yeah, so these are all the places that you can share it to. So,
But I
Um,
agree, Donna, in terms of Google Calendar, I've definitely had glitches where sometimes it just doesn't quite make the move back into a new time zone. And we actually ran into that last summer, Jennifer, with something, and then we
yes,
had it
yeah, when
again.
you were out in New Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. But lately it's been better. I can tell you, I can put 2 time zones next to each other. That's another tech conversation, but yeah.
Okay.
Let
So,
me ask, this is actually a nice time to ask, just for folks, we schedule these classes around obviously when we're available to teach them, but that doesn't mean we're not available other times. So if you really find, especially anybody in a really different time zone, like I know now is in Japan, for example, if there's a time that, you'd say, I wonder why they never offered it this time, just throw it out there. Let us know. Because if we hear from enough people about a given time frame, we can consider it. We do have Saturday classes this year. We start a Saturday class tomorrow. In fact, that'll be a Color Vowel Yoga for the level 2 journeyman. Okay. Other questions that have come up?
Yeah, I had a question. And I don't know, maybe you said this at the beginning, but is there a view of just all the different courses, that exist? And then we can click on, I have never taken, Color Vowel Yoga, and click on that and then see when it's offered.
There is just a static list on this page of our website, and it could definitely be better and updated. But when you're up here, at courses for certification under training, I like this page anyway. This is a great place to see the whole journey on one page, by the way, where you can download that checklist and check off what you've done, see how you're, where you're headed. If you head down, you can see the level 1 area. Level 2, we've got a list of those 3 core workshops, and then the elective workshops, which I need to update. But these are many of them, including that consonants workshop we mentioned, and colorful integrations that Shirley and I did. Reader's Theater that Jennifer's doing currently. She just launched that last night. And literacy, which Robin teaches. So, these are here. And then if you come back to this link, it takes you back to the calendar. So you do have to hold on to the idea and then go search for it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But that's good. It keeps our brains active to have to hold on to the idea for a click or two.
I would suggest, Liz, using I think Now said it in the chat. I would use the list feature for that, and then use the filters. So if you wanted to see all the core ones, just filter for the core classes, the elective classes.
Okay.
And right now, I will say level 3 has not been entered into the calendar, and we'll be updating that very soon.
Yeah, we're excited about that. A couple of reminders for everybody. If you're brand new to Color Vowel,
It's time.
It's time already. If you're brand new, we encourage you to check out our level 1 options. Level 2 people, don't forget that we have ways to save on registration by purchasing those registration bundles, minimum of 2 courses at a time, or even 3 or all 6, whatever you decide to do, you'll save if you purchase those in our shop. All right. I do have, before we finish with our game, it's already top of the hour. Wow. So Blue Canoe, my quick update on Blue Canoe that has me very excited is that what I found since we launched Blue Canoe as an app for learners now about 3 years ago, with 2 prior years of work to prepare it, is that teachers always appreciate support. And anytime we're going to put technology in learners' hands, we know that they're likely to need some support. And if you work in adult ed or anywhere where you never know who does and doesn't know how to do something with their phone, including teachers, including learners. So we're going to be launching a new program early next week, as soon as I have it done with Jennifer's help, which is an open course. It's not a sequenced course. It's a self-guided course. that prepares you to launch your first or your second or third use of Blue Canoe with your students, so that you're really ready, and they are too, to start using it, to get onboarded, to make it through, and to use the teacher's dashboard. So watch for an update about that. That's called the Teacher Pilot Program, where you're basically becoming someone who pilots this program. And it includes some experience evaluation, where you can evaluate learners' attitudes about pronunciation and their awareness before and after. We're going to be providing all kinds of great tools, including a lot of knowledge and just tips that I've gathered from folks like Liz and Dawn and other folks that aren't here right now, who've really done the work of seeing how their learners interact with technology, and specifically with Blue Canoe and phone-based apps. So watch for that. That's the Blue Canoe Teacher Pilot Program that comes with the free 8-week trial, classroom trial. If you've never tried Blue Canoe, we prepare you to have a really successful first try. So that's just a bit on that. Our game. So we started off this session with a brand new game that I came to me in a dream while walking to school with my son. That was on Wednesday, I think. Today's Friday. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. And we played the game at the beginning of the session, and some folks figured out the answers. So now we're going to play again for a couple minutes, and you'll have a chance to send in a suggestion for a name for this game. It needs to be sticky. I'd like it to be a name that, if anybody's ever watched Pee-wee's Playhouse, like when there's sort of these words that he throws out and he's like, woo, it's that game, you know. I want it to be this word that the teacher can start and the students can finish, something sticky. So here's the game again. The rules now are explicit, which is I started with a word and the next person says a word that either starts with the same sound, not the same letter, the same sound, or features the same stressed vowel sound or the same color vowel. So it's one or the other. And in some advanced version of it, you can get extra points for having both, right? But for now, it's a matter of just making a string of words. And you can imagine then how it can become competitive. Like you get 2 minutes and the team that produces the most words with no repetitions in 2 minutes gets this many, you know, gets points for every word in there, that kind of thing. But for now, it's just a cooperative game. I'm going to start with the word platypus, because I don't know, I like fun words like that, platypus. And I'd like to, let's see if there's a way to just raise a hand, and if I unmute you, it's your turn. How about that? Yeah, because then people can basically volunteer. You just raise your physical hand or your virtual hand, I'll see it. And then if I unmute you, or if I ask to unmute, then you know it's your turn, right? Okay, great, platypus.
Flattery.
It's slow this way. Go, Don. We can't hear you. I tried.
Muted. Phonics.
Anybody making a list, by the way? Some of the students in the room can be list makers. They can be the scribes. Phonics was the word. Who's up next? Liz, sorry.
Monotone. Did you hear me?
Yep. It was just so monotone that I didn't react.
Monotone. Monotone.
Come on, folks. Same starting sound or same color vowel. Go ahead, Donna.
Mommy.
Mommy or mummy?
No, mommy.
Mommy or mummy? All of side, because I can't hear it. I really can't. Which one are you saying?
Mommy.
Mommy.
Okay, olive side.
Oh, olive side.
Okay, next fun part. Sorry, this is the other fun part. If you had
you get a double score for that one.
Hold up your cards. You know, that's the other part, the active listening part. Everybody can hold up their cards, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Mommy. Okay, good. Donna, Jennifer.
Tonic water.
Ooh,
My turn. Turtle. Whose turn? Okay, now I have to ask.
I think Shirley should go next.
Yeah. Turtle.
Shirley.
All right. So I'm curious, if you're quiet, is it just because you're giving everybody else a turn? Or is it a new experience, right? When I played this game a couple days ago with Dawn, she was familiar with a previous similar game that she had known, where you take the last sound of the previous word.
That's
and
what I
tie
was
it
getting
to the
confused with
last,
ghost, I think. Yeah.
right? But this is a little different. This is the first sound or the featured stressed vowel sound.
Can I just say, Karen played it after she played it with Dawn. She played it with me, and we had, I don't know, but just between the two of us, we went like 5 minutes, and it was really, I mean, we tried to go fast, and it was really, really fun. And we came up with lots of different ways to do it within a classroom, with, you know, keeping a lot of people in a group active, and
Yeah.
it's
Because
really
you can assign different roles. It is much more dynamic with just 2 people or just 3, especially, you know, Zoom's a little wonky because of the delay. Anybody want to be my partner for a quick lightning round of 10 words? Anyone up for that? Liz, ready?
Liz.
yeah.
You start.
Hamburger,
Hungry.
hippopotamus,
Socks.
octopus,
What?
octopus,
Oh. Remarkable.
Posture,
Persnickety.
ooh, persnickety, millionaire,
Mousetrap. Okay, so you can see right now we're all through our entire inventory. You're searching, and you know it's pretty random. But what if we say it all has to be nouns?
yeah,
All
or
the words have to be nouns.
Well, Liz and I came up with one where we matched the stress pattern. So we had, what was it? Platypus, flattery, monotone. And we said, yes, we got it. You know, but it was all the same stress pattern.
Platypus. Oh, I see. All of the words simply have to have the same. You're not talking about first, last, or middle.
Well, yeah, there were some in between, but yeah.
Okay.
well,
All right.
like you could do the first sound or the same stress pattern, or the same vowel
That's true.
sound
Extra
or the same
points.
stress pattern.
Any two parts that match.
Yeah, so multiple matching, yeah.
The reason, and so, yeah, there are lots of variations on this. Start thinking, there are many, I mean, I definitely iterated all the ways you can make it a writing component to the game, scribes, competitions, could be teams of 3, teams of 2. Their round is 2 minutes. A set of rounds is 5, 5 rounds is a set, something like that. So there are lots of options here, but before I round things out and say goodbye, does everyone see the benefit, like what we're really doing here? Think about what learners and what we're doing with our heads right now. If I say platypus, just being, it's phonemic awareness at its best. It's playing with sound by identifying key features of a word, right? And phonemic awareness is a huge predictor of reading success.
Yeah.
So this isn't just a game for fun. This is gamifying something to distract us from the important work of truly learning something, and by visiting it and playing. Yeah. So I thank you for playing my game. We're looking forward to developing it. Yeah. So now we have a thing. One of the benefits of owning the Teacher Starter Kit or any product that has our Color Vowel Approach book is our community that we hold in Facebook. This is our private community of teachers. So if you don't have the Color Vowel Approach book one way or another through a course or through a starter kit, this is the way into our wonderful private community. We've got about 400 members. We've got a lot of active people, and we share these kinds of ideas. So we'll be taking it over there for the naming of this game. We'll be iterating on it and coming up with its variations. And it's just one more tool that we can pull out with zero prep, lots of practice, and tons of fun. So thanks for joining us today. Any final comments or questions as we round things out and say goodbye?
Thank you to the timekeeper. Yay.
Yay.
Great. Please do visit. We have topics for our upcoming Fridays at 5. We will be having Blue Canoe events. We always have our Thursday pure English practice, and next Thursday is coming up with that event, 10 p.m. Eastern, open to the public. Please join us. Lots of fun. Okay, great. Thank
So
you,
nice to
everybody.
see
for coming.
everybody.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you again. Our new people, please come again. Join us. Become part of our wonderful, vibrant community of passionate teachers. Yeah. I love everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.